Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to share with you a small incident that took place in the house, which kind of impacted my daughter and my wifey. I'll tell you the incident so you can decide whether you want to watch the video or not. It's one of the pets that I purchased for my daughter and my wife died. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because it is a good thing that I took a proactive approach to ensure damage control, because they themselves were not aware how they would react to the situation. And the reason for sharing this with you is more as a role of being a father, a coach, a mentor. The empathy is very important. So if you do want to watch this video and learn something from it, feel free. And if you have any inputs to share, I would love to read what you have to say. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Loy Machedo. Professionally, I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in the Middle East, especially Dubai, UAE. And people also take my advice when they want to migrate to Canada, Australia, Europe, UK, or even parts of USA. The other thing which people book my services for is coaching, or if they have personal professional problems and they want an opinion. I have around 6,800 videos. You can see my opinion on various topics. Okay, so coming to this incident, I like animals. I'm a very animal person. I've always had dogs. I have a Thai dog which guards my house. I have 2 Chihuahuas, but they are not kept in the house because after my baby was born, my wife didn't, she was worried about the baby's health. And when I did try to introduce the pets to my baby used to think these 2 small Chihuahuas are toys. She used to end up putting, because she climbs up and she's hyper, she used to actually take these Chihuahuas and put them on top of the cupboard and all that. And there was always a danger that these dogs might fall. And, if you know Chihuahuas, they're very sensitive animals. Their bones are very brittle. They can break. And if you really love your animals and you take care properly, if the animal has a fracture, you have to take it to a vet, and it's not cheap. It might cost you nothing less than, let's say, for a fracture, $2,000 and above. So I have spent that kind of money when my dogs have been sick, or even during pregnancy. You employ the services of a doctor and spend $1,000 just to make sure, because Chihuahuas are not designed, they are engineered pets. So they're not designed to have a natural life. So when giving birth, I and my wife, both of us were there, actually pulling the pets out with a glove and making sure the doctor was there. The money is not the issue. If you adopt a pet, you have to spend this kind of money. So I have 2 Chihuahuas. I was keeping them in the house, not in the balcony that is there, until one day my daughter was jumping on the bed and she took my Chihuahuas on the bed. And next thing I know is I see my videos, I'm doing my work, and I see one dog just shivering and, fallen down. And immediately I knew something was wrong. And when I went there and I checked the video cam, my daughter playfully wanted to put the dog down from the bed. Instead, she threw the dog. And I told my wife 100 times, like they say, be supervised. Don't leave the dogs alone with my daughter, with our daughter. So, wife, yes, whatever. As soon as we saw the video, she had thrown the dog down. It had a concussion. I told my wife, this is your responsibility. Sort the shit out. Otherwise, kill the dog if you want. if that is your stupidity. And I knew that she would take it very personally. She made sure she took the dog. It was her responsibility. She made sure she took the dog to the hospital. I didn't help her one bit. I wanted her to go through the inconvenience, money I would pay. So the whole day went into making sure the dog was okay. Thankfully, nothing happened. It was a very small distance, but I was pissed off, very pissed off. And ever since, my wife has made sure that she listens to me. They have this tendency where they don't listen. They say yes, yes, yes. They think everything is a joke. I have been with animals, so I know how sensitive it is. So now the dogs are in the balcony. My daughter also, now she's 4, 5 years old. She knows how to take care. They're not playthings. And she even pets the other dog. So I purchased, it's called, they call that a squirrel, a flying squirrel or whatever, chocolate squirrel, sugar squirrel. Yeah, sorry, sugar squirrel, chocolate squirrel. So I saw these beautiful animals, and I wanted my daughter and my wife to also experience them. My wife kept saying no. Finally, I got 4 of them, because if you have one in a cage, it's very lonely. I got 1 boy, 3 girls, and I brought it to my wife. My wife, once again, doesn't know how to engage with an animal. She just thinks it's, you have to pet like this, and the minute it starts biting a little bit, she just pulls her finger. So there's very sudden movement. So, and these are small 1 month, babies. So my wife was not sure how to take care. But then, you need to allow them to learn. So my wife and my daughter, initially my wife was like, why you bought rats? And I hate rats and all that. I said, it's not a rat. But then once I bought it in the house, right from morning until evening, she was nothing but totally addicted to talking to them, playing with them, interacting with them. And she was determined to make sure that the animals would like her. The motherly instinct took over. And I'll tell you this, even when my wife was pregnant, these 2 dogs, Chihuahuas, the mother, the female, used to sleep on my wife's tummy, actual tummy, used to sleep on top. And she could literally hear the baby move. And so there's a strong bond. If you are part of my Facebook, you'd see those videos. It's incredible that a female animal, a female dog, can sense that a lady is pregnant. And she is very fond of my little one. That is why I was a little pissed when she was playing, but she ended up harming the dog. But now, yeah, they're cool. They're very friendly. Okay, so we got these 4 sugar squirrels. My wife was trying to engage with them, and there was one that was very close to my wife. It was not biting my wife. So my wife used to literally hold it. And I, just to support them, I bought, these gloves which they used to advertise that if you cut with a knife, nothing will happen. I bought the gloves, I bought the toys, I bought the sleeping, kind of purse where they can go inside. You can search all these accessories. I bought a big ass cage so they can move around. So everything for the wife and the baby to interact. And there was this one sugar squirrel that my wife and my baby both loved. And they would always, she would wear the glove, and my wife and baby would always talk. And, they are busy, I'm doing my work. Until one day, my wife told me that this one is sick, the favorite one. And I was wondering, what happened. And then she told me that she is passing loose motion, and her tail was always wet because it was having diarrhea. So I said, okay, I had got a small cage. I said, keep it separate. And every day my wife would say that it's sick and all that. Until today, it was not moving much. It was not moving much. It was lying down. It was very weak. Even when you put your hand, normally it moves around. It was not even moving around. So my wife was very worried. And, I don't express emotions much, but I could see that she was worried. My baby was worried. So then I bought the squirrel out, and I told my wife, we'll call the lady who is the pet owner who sells these pets. We'll ask her if there's any medicine or anything. So she was trying to give it apple and water and all that, and she was sitting outside with the squirrel in the hand. I'm a guy who always believes in just do it, don't talk about it. So I took my scooter, I drove all the way. Takes me 45 minutes. Reached there. I also had some work, so I coupled both of them. So after I finished some legal work that was there for my company, which accountant and lawyer and all that I had to talk, I went to the pet store which was nearby, and I told her this what is happening, and she said just give her this uh, dehydration kind of solution. I said okay, fine. I said what about milk and all? She said don't give milk. So I drove all the way back, and as I drove back, we mixed the solution, give it to her. She was busy trying to feed it drops, hardly like nasal drops like that. It has small mouth. It's a tiny animal. However, after some time, we actually saw this happening. It was like with open eyes, it just suddenly breathed its last, and it just collapsed. And it was in my wife's hand as she was feeding it. And then she told me, I think it's dead. I said, are you sure? She said, yeah, it's not moving. And, I'm trying to see whether it's alive or dead. And it, it's not moving. Its eyes were closed. And I think it's dead. So she said, is it dead? And, we're not sure. But then my wife said, yeah, I think it's dead. And I was like, okay, come with me. Let's go. She was like, where? So she said, no, 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 it's okay. Forget it. I said, nothing doing. Just, when I'm firm and when I tell my wife in a very strict manner, she knows no argument, nothing. So I said, just dress up. Come on. So she dressed up. My daughter was wondering what's happening. So she said, they call it Elmo. Elmo. Yeah. Elmo is sick. Elmo is, my daughter kept repeating. So then they both dressed up. They took Elmo. We have this small carry case, and we have that kind of, it's like a small little, like a sofa, where you can sit. One creature can be snuggled up there. So they put this. We drove all the way once again. Once we reached there, well, it was confirmed that this creature had died. And I just kept quiet. My wife was sad. My baby is, still playing around. She's 5 years old. So I told that lady, I took that lady owner aside. I said, say, listen, we have 3 at home, but I know that this was the favorite of my wife and my baby. I want you to give me a selection of another couple of them. Let my wife choose this time, because last time I chose. Let my wife put her hand, and the one that she is comfortable holding and doesn't bite her, I want to buy that. Just give me a good price. I said, because these are not like very cheap animals, and plus you have to buy food and everything. And then there was this, I want you to Google search this. There was this guinea pig, which is called a hippo guinea pig. I want you to Google search hippo guinea pig. It's a very ugly looking creature. Looks like a hippopotamus, but it's very small. It's like a dwarf. It's like so small. And it was ugly, and nobody liked it. And I looked at it and I was like, who's this? So she told me it's a hippo guinea pig. And I was like, does it bite? She said, no, it's just playful and you can hold it. And so I looked at it and I said, do you have a boy and girl? She said, no, this is just the boy. I said, can you order a girl? She said, okay, fine. Because I don't believe in taking just one animal. You have to take a pair. So I told her, I'll take 4, 2 of Sugar Squirrels and this ugly looking guinea pig hippo. I'll take 2 of them. I'll pay advance. And then we agreed one thing. After my wife selected the 2 ones, this time she took 2 white ones, the Sugar Squirrel. I said, make sure that you keep them here because they are babies. keep them for a week, 2 weeks, until their strength comes back, because they look very weak. And whatever the medicine, whatever the expense, I'll pay. And this ugly looking hippo thing, I want the girl also. If you want, you can keep it with you, or I can take it home, or you can deliver it. So we agreed that these two white ones will stay with the owner, and until their strength has come back. And these hippo, uh, she will deliver one, and she'll order for a girl. So he said, fine. We spent close to, I think, 2 hours there. And finally, we drove back. After we drove back, my wife still had that dead sugar squirrel. We came back home. And then I told my wife, let's bury the sugar squirrel and give it the respect that it deserves. So my wife took my daughter, and they buried it. And to their, well, I was not surprised. I knew this would happen. My daughter cried a lot. My daughter cried a lot when she had to bury it. I might put this video separate and share it with you. She really did cry a lot because, she was close. She didn't know how much she loved it until she buried it, and she really cried because it died. And my wife also cried. And I knew that they wouldn't know how much they loved this creature until it was time to bury. And after burying it, and they both were very upset. And they were, the mood in the house was not great. So they both were sitting there. And I looked at both of them and I said, you okay? And thankfully, after 1 hour or so, 2 hours, they delivered the new uh, baby guinea pig hippo. And by the way, guess what? To cheer them up, I told them, you'll name this ugly looking baby hippo, guinea pig hippo, Loy Machedo. Yeah, oh, whatever. And they both burst out laughing. And they said, we'll call it Loy Machedo. I said, yeah, call the hippo Loy Machedo. And the other one, we'll call it Annie. That's my wife. So it came here. Finally, we have it here. Share some videos maybe later on. And they had, getting to know the pet. My daughter was hyper excited. And the sadness of the pet who died is still there. But the excitement of the new pet is also there. And she's also excited that 2 new ones are coming. And plus, the girlfriend for this ugly looking guinea pig hippo will also be there. So overall, well, like they say, all's well that ends well. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, this whole incident, unless you're a pet lover, maybe you'll not be able to relate. But I'm pretty sure you'll be able to relate to this if you're a father or you're a parent or you're a coach. Sometimes you need to have a kind of ability to forecast and think in advance how an incident would impact an individual, especially the ones you love and care. I knew for a fact that my daughter would cry. I knew for a fact that my wife would be sad. And I didn't want them to have that sadness and go to sleep with that. So, preventive measures. So, I kept them in the pipeline. Something new is going to come. And they also got a pet who they can play with, the new one. And to my surprise, well, not to my surprise, I knew that they would be very excited with the new hippo, guinea pig hippo. And they give it a shirt. Now it has a nice little shirt. So they're very excited, very happy, and they're playing around with it. And good. So I did my duty as a father. So I'll share the photographs and videos later on of these creatures. Do Google search a sugar squirrel. You'll see how cute they are. And yeah, guinea pig hippo. Google search that, and then you'll come to know how it looks like. It's really ugly, man. It's really ugly and looks ugly, but it's cute and cuddly. And it sweats a lot. So you have to clean it. So yeah, I'll share with you a couple of photographs once they all come together. All right. Good, bad, ugly. Feel free. Put your thoughts and comments down below. And yeah, I'd love to know what you have to say. All right. You guys take care. This is just another one of those vlogs where I share life of being a father and a husband. Yeah. All right. Take care. See you. This is me signing off. Ciao.
Bye.